began this is really the culmination of a lifelong dream. What I wanted to do is recreate a city in scale. And I really began to do that when my son was about 8 or 9, and he had slot cars. And I started doing something like this, not nearly to this scale. And when, about 2 years ago, Marty and I said, let's take out the Lionel trains.
They were in the attic for 30 years.
Right.
This is the original track, the original transformer. And we said, let's see if they still run.
So we ran them around the Christmas tree in the office window. And that was fun, but it went around in circles like the Lionel trains always did. And we started thinking about when we were younger, our brothers never let us run the trains. My job was putting the pellets of smoke in the engine, and that was all I was allowed to do. Marty has a similar story, so we thought, well, now they're ours, we'll do whatever we want with them. So that evolved into, well, we don't want them to go in circles, so for next Christmas, let's do a city. And this has taken 1.5 years to do. It got a little crazy. It's bigger than we thought it would be.
We built this room especially for the
as things went on, we realized we certainly couldn't keep it at home. It wasn't going to go into Bay 11. There was no way it was going to go around any tree. And so this room was created, and these walls were put up to house it. And it was originally built in Miami, brought here in modules.
We had a model maker help build all the buildings from scratch. They're all individual kits that were put together and weathered and painted. And we just started thinking of having a snow scene, a downtown scene. Ellen wanted an airport for her son who flies for the Navy. And before we knew it, it was started to evolve into a city, and we started researching mining or a city, and before we knew it, we were in a rural town in northern Minnesota.
Helicopter 358, you are clear to leave on and due.
We just did a sketch on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of an airport right where it is now, and a ski area right there, and a mining area. And as we began to do some research, we bought a Greyhound bus, and as we began to put it all together, it looked like there were really cities in Minnesota that looked like this. And the Greyhound Company started in Minnesota. And the mining that we imagined really took place in Minnesota.
In northern Minnesota.
And there was really a mine called the Mesabi ore mine. So it began to get a little spooky. Where did these ideas come from?
So then we researched the train that ran through Minnesota and found out that the Great Northern was one of the lines that ran through northern Minnesota, Duluth, and Chicago. So we said, okay, we'll run the Great Northern. So that's the main line that runs through the city. And then, of course, we had a fun time with all the names of the buildings. Each building has a play on words, play on friends' and relatives' names. And that was part of it, part of the fun. You know.
The finished product is the work of dozens of people. It isn't just us. It isn't just the model maker we hired. We had great talent. He built the entire framework for the tracks. Buildings were built by people. The foundry was built by somebody and sent to us totally finished except for weathering. Some were actually Lionel. Some of these buildings, although they don't look like it now, if you take a look at the airport, it's a Lionel building, which looked very much like a toy. But when it got done being weathered, it looks like an airport hangar.
Really what this was, as Ellen said, it's recreating our childhood. You know, we grew up with Lionel trains in the 50s. Yes, we're dating ourselves now, but...
No, I think it's all of this, even the party and the candy up front for all our friends, was a statement that we have never really grown up and we don't intend to.
And there you have it.